Hello, Inform Scotland followers and friends. I just want to talk to you really quickly. I'm about to go for a run on a very horrible wet day with my dog. And I had trying to do quite a lot of Inform Scotland work because I was planning on doing lots of website updating yesterday. My husband, Mr. Christine, decided instead to take me up a big mountain on our mountain bikes, which was, in my opinion, mostly an absolutely ghastly way to spend the day, but I understand some people like that sort of thing. All part of a healthy and active lifestyle. I'm sure it was very good for me. Very good for me indeed. I have just put up a post on the website. It's called Vaccine Yellow Card Reports. We have an Inform Scotland member who will not mind, I'm sure, being described as absolutely obsessive about vaccine adverse reactions for the COVID-19 vaccines. She is probably a leader in Scotland in terms of knowledge of the statistics. So she has this big spreadsheet, and I have finally sorted it all out and collated it as best I can, distilled it, and I've created these 4 graphs. We will link to the spreadsheet as we do with all our spreadsheets as soon as I can get our website manager onto that task. I really want your feedback. I want to know, what do you think we could add to these graphs? What graphs would you like to see? What information do you want to see distilled? You tell me and I'll try and do it if we possibly can. I'm not going to go through the post with you. There's not much to say. I'm very sorry for 2 things. One is, the first is there's 4 graphs, 3 of them have no date on the x-axis. Now the reason for that is when I added the dates in the Google spreadsheets, it completely screwed up the formatting and it made the traces really difficult to read. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. I think it's because there's a few holes in the data. The other thing is I have long been critical of cumulative COVID graphs because it just makes the situation always look like it's getting worse. I hate those graphs. However, I have unfortunately now myself done cumulative vaccine adverse reactions and deaths graphs. I am not doing that to make the situation look worse than it is. I just don't really have the data. There's not quite enough of them yet to make a nice tidy graph that shows the sort of weekly rate so that we can see if the situation's improving. It looks like the deaths and reactions rates are improving, which is good. So that's my disclaimer. We are concerned though about the number of adverse reactions that we're seeing, not least because it is well known that the yellow card scheme underreports events because people don't report them. I'm sure all of us unanimously encourage you, if you have a COVID-19 vaccine and you have any sort of reaction after it, you must report it through the yellow card scheme. This is important with any vaccine, but these vaccines are different. This is new technology. It's not like vaccines that you've had before. There is no question that there is a high rate of reactions compared to other vaccines after this one. Also, the safety trials don't finish until January 2023. So it's absolutely critically important any adverse reactions are reported. You should remember that an adverse reaction for you, which doesn't seem serious for you, if they know that there's a trend for that sort of reaction for lots of people, it is easier for them to identify why that might be happening, and it may be that there are other people for whom that same reaction could be very dangerous. It is your responsibility to report adverse reactions. It's not up to you or your doctor to decide whether it's because of the vaccine. That is up to the MHRA. That's what we pay them for. That's what the yellow card reporting scheme is for. You must report adverse reactions. The other thing you must do is assess your risk from this vaccine using the information that's available to you. Don't trust us. Don't trust any news organisation. Don't trust your health authority's Facebook account. Go and look the data up for yourself. On Inform Scotland, that's our aim. We present you with data which you can check for yourself. You can make the assessment for yourself. Now, it is no secret, I am deeply concerned by the way that COVID reporting is happening. It is consistently negative and panicky. And I think that is very, very damaging for people. And so I always try and present things as neutrally as I can. But when there's good news, I tell you it. And mostly there's only really good news, especially now. You have to get the COVID risk into perspective, and you also have to inform yourself of what the vaccine risk is. And you can do that on the website, which I have linked on our page, the government website that produces the yellow card reports, it summarises the reactions that they've seen. Go and have a look. Go and have a think about what the rate of reaction is. Go and think about what your risks from COVID are. You can find the risk of death on the National Records for Scotland website. You can see COVID death rates, age stratified. The vaccine data are a little bit more tricky, but it is your responsibility to go and look that up. Don't trust anybody else. Don't trust anybody's mind except your own. In other news, I have an article coming out in Think Scotland. Well, I haven't written it yet. It's in my head and it's quite big, the ideas that I have. Also, there's going to be something coming out about this document here. This is the leaflet which is appearing in people's blue envelopes inviting them to vaccination appointments. I have some concerns. I have 15 concerns about statements in here which are not correct, and 4 concerns about major omissions. And as it turned out, there's another clinician in Scotland who has identical concerns. So he and I are hopefully going to have a chat, and there is a group which has raised a concern about this leaflet specifically with the GMC, or is raising. So I'm going to write some notes about this. It is extremely important that people give informed consent for medical treatments. The only way you can give informed consent is by being informed. Everything about COVID is available to you from government's websites and trustworthy sources like Our World in Data, US government COVID data, UK government COVID data. You can check all of the information out for yourselves. Inform Scotland website you may use as a pointer to the relevant information, and we want you to use your own mind. Stay sane, stay strong. I really do love you. Thank you for all your lovely messages. I'm going to have to run now in the rain. Bye.